Good evening, everyone, or good morning if you're here in Asia. Let's see, I see a Tatay Mo. Let's see, Velvet Vermin, Noi Sopnian, and Kajata. Thanks, guys, for joining in. As you may notice, things are not the same. It's because I am here in the Philippines. So hopefully the audio is coming out just right for all of you guys. Tatay Mo, I see you've subscribed for 22 months. Thank you for all your support. See, Switch says, oh, you will attend. Yes, I will definitely be attending this October 15th. You guys will see me there. I am not playing any major roles like I did last year. Last year, I held a short Q&A session, and I walked around talking with a bunch of people. With a expected larger attendance this year, I feel like I could probably use less. I could use more time to myself, so I figure I'll just wander around on my own. So yeah, if it is your first time here, welcome to the show. I'm currently in the Philippines on family vacation. I'll be here for 5 weeks, but I will be streaming every Sunday while I'm here. Hopefully, because when you're with family, there's always like stuff happening. You're always going out for food, hanging out with people. So we'll see. We'll see if I actually show up every Sunday. But yeah, welcome to the show. If you've never been here before, this show takes place every Sunday, 7:30 p.m. PDT. That's Seattle times for all of you people there. And we talk about mechanical keyboard group buys occurring for the following week. For this particular show, we are covering anything happening tonight, Sunday, September 24th, till Saturday, September 30th. Though if you are here in the Philippines with me, it is actually already September 25th. But let's start off with our first ending group buy. Oh, and you may notice that there is no GB list. Well, there is a GB list command, but since I don't have enough monitors here to really monitor everything, I won't be updating it. All right, our first ending group buy is actually a set I'm really excited about. Not so much for the set, but for the desk mats, and you guys will see why. So yeah, as you guys can see here, this is the Milky Way Calico keycap set. Very much inspired by cats, and as many of you know, I love cats, and I miss my two babies back at home already. But for $85, you guys get a very fully featured set, everything up to full size with common layouts in between, including split space bars, double 2.25U shift keys, all of that good stuff. Let's see, you can also get the ESFR kit, and the two things that I will definitely buy are the cat mat desk mat at 20 bucks and the sussy mini mat, which I actually think is much cuter. So I kind of wish that they would have provided a much larger desk mat instead of one just for 40s. I don't have too many I don't have too many 40s in my collection, so yeah, don't know how this will go about. I'm going to be using my phone as my secondary screen here so that I can see what I want to talk about. But yeah, what you're looking at is expiring on the 26th. So if you're in Seattle, if you're in the US, that's like in 2 days. But if you're here in Asia, that's like in one day. Like I said, it starts off with the base kit of 85 bucks. And then if you buy everything, the base kit, the ESFR kit, along with the two desk mats, you are looking to spend $146. And the good thing is, it has a relatively fast delivery of October of this year, October 2023. So yeah, I quite like the set, to be honest with you. Though I'm prioritizing buying the desk mats over the key sets, just because to me this looks like a black and white set with orangey calico accents, if you will, which isn't really a compelling enough case for me to go out and purchase this key set, even if it's only $85. Glad you caught this tonight, says FedLove. Hey, long time no see indeed. Yeah, I'm here in the Philippines. As you guys can see, my background's a little bit different. So yeah, check it out if you guys are interested. Let me paste that in the chat once again. Once again, this is Milky Way Calico, all the way on Divinikey, which is actually one of my favorite keyboard sellers. All right, next up is a key set I talked about, I think 2 weeks ago. It looks like they extended the ending group buy date. This one is the Fast Blue Cherry PBT keycap set. So yeah, for 55 bucks all around, you get the following. Here, let's close that. For 55 bucks, you get the Fast Blue Cherry Profile PBT key set. Looks like full-size supporting with icons and split space bars and a couple accented keys right there. Very good keyboard compatibility for only $55. But yeah, you can also expect this to... Actually, this has a very quick delivery date. By the end of the group buy. 15 days after the end of the group buy is when this set is expected to ship to you, the customer. Let's take a look at a couple more of these before we continue. There we go. It looks really good on a yellow board. If you guys remember, I have a yellow Zoom 75. I'm thinking of putting this on the Zoom 75. It just looks so good. And it's PBT. Very nice. Semi-shading material, full 5-sided heat sublimation. So yeah, it's dye subbed, I assume. Those look nice. They do look nice, and I think they look really good on brighter colored boards. I tend to like contrasty colors. So let's see, dark blue on yellow always looks good to me. Yellow always looks good to me. Yeah, so $55 with an expected delivery date of 15 days after the end of the group buy. Pretty quick if you ask me. But then again, Velocifar is one of those companies that have a lot of stuff in stock, so they know how to do this quick. This guy expires on the 29th, so we have 5 days left. But for $55, I think this is a pretty good buy, especially if you're... You know what? It is September, and Christmas is coming up. If you're trying to look for Christmas stocking stuffers, and you have someone who really likes keyboards, or you're trying to get into keyboards, this might be the key set to just pick up for them. Alright, the next key set that is expiring is one that I already have, but I'm glad that it is entering round 2. This one, well, is CYL Kaiju, the GMK ABS double shot keycap. So it is still a GMK key set, but it is with their new profile. So here, let me try and... No, did I not paste the old one? I did not. Hold on. So all the way on novelties, novel keys, I mean, this guy ends on the 29th. You have 2 base kits with this, actually. So the first base kit is the regular Kaiju base kit. You guys have seen it on my channel several times. And there's also the Mecha base kit. Personally, I think the original base kit is still much prettier. Let's see. Orange on gray is not an aesthetic that I like. This one is great. Though, I feel like if you buy 2 and you swap out the alphas, putting the gray alphas into the green with the green mods, I think that would look really good. In fact, I would prefer that over either of these two, actually. Yeah. And then, yeah, basically if you swapped out the alphas between the two, I think both combinations would look good. But yeah, if you were to buy all of these, see there's 2 of them. There's 2 base kits. 2 base kits at 125 each. And you got the macros at 40. Then you got accents at 35. And novelties at 55. You're looking to spend a grand total of $380. And you can expect delivery of this by Q2 of 2024. Not a bad amount of time to wait, like given our recent GMK delays. I'm glad to see that the pipelines have been fixed. Fixed somewhat, if you will. Yeah, check it out, guys. Kaiju has always looked really great to me. This is perfect. If you already have the regular GMK Kaiju from round 1, you could get the Mecha and mix and match like I said earlier. Yeah, so this guy ends on the 29th and $380 to go all in. Expected delivery of Q2 2024. Earlier I was mentioning that I want to get these little 2 Kaiju figurines, Mecha Kaiju or Mecha Godzilla and Godzilla. I think that they're really cute. But yeah, let's see. The next key set that I'm talking about, that I want to talk about, that's expiring is expiring on the 30th. Let me put this in chat once again before we move on. So this one is basically the Fairies of Eldraine, which is another Magic the Gathering set that just recently came out, and now there is a key set that is inspired from it. But yeah, it starts off with a very expensive base kit. Check it out, guys. The base kit, it supports up to full size with most of the common layouts in between. But this is $150, and I suspect it's because it is inspired by Magic the Gathering, and you know when that happens, we get some kind of official partnership, as you guys can see over here, official keycap set. So $150, quite expensive. Oh, for those of you who are not in the know, apparently Wizards of the Coast is actually in Seattle, or not in Seattle, but in a city a little bit south of Seattle called Renton, and I did not know that until about like a year ago. FitLab says, finally getting a Siberian cat. Awesome. Hooray. I miss my cats. I miss my cats a lot. I like spy on them with the pet cam every day, and I talk with them. But yeah, check it out, guys. This is another set that I cannot see because it is a purple set. And to be honest with you guys, as much as I loved Magic the Gathering, none of the Magic the Gathering inspired key sets have ever really made me want to buy it, to be honest. But yeah, you've also got a compatibility kit at $25. You've got the cookie kit at $15, and you've got the mythic space bars for $20. So all in all, to go all in on this, you're expecting to spend $210 and a fairly quick delivery time of Q4 2023. So not bad. I will have to say that these space bars look pretty rad. I like them a lot. Everything else, though, not a big fan of the colors, mainly because I can't see them. Let's see. PBT plastic, reverse dice sub sublimination. Cool. Yeah. Fairies of Eldraine. I have not played Magic the Gathering in a long time. Out of curiosity, which one of you guys in the audience plays Magic the Gathering or have played Magic the Gathering? Velvet has never played it. Resistance Frequency says not in a long time. Athymo says used to play. The last set, the last block I played was the Theros block. That one was like the Greek god inspired one from, I think that was like back in maybe like 2010 or something like that. 2011, 2012, somewhere around there. Like, I still know how to play, but of course, you know, with the new blocks and the new sets, there's like a bunch of new mechanics introduced, so yeah, we'll see. As far as I know, those are the only items that are expiring for the week. Once again, that is Calico, Milky Way Calico, followed by Velocifier's Fast Blue Cherry PBT set, followed by Cherry Kaiju Round 2, and last but not the least, IFK Faeries of Eldraine. Out of these 4 key sets, which ones is the audience most interested in? Let me know in the chat. See, FitLabs has come out with a set based on Baldur's Gate 3. I still have to play BG3. I played during the beta, and then I just ran out of time. Velvet says Calico Deathmat. Athymo says Grey Kaiju. BG3 is so good. It is so good. Grey Kaiju. Kaiju novelties plus accents to add to R1. There you go. Passing on all. Says Utsav. Let's see. For me, I do like Fast Blue, especially since it's $55. And I already have a keyboard that I think works well with it. That's my Zoom 75. So I'm thinking of buying that and putting it on the Zoom 75. But the desk mats from Calico, those are just awfully cute, you know. Look at that. Look at those cats. They're not exactly the style of cat drawings that I like, but it's still cute. The one that I really want is the 40% one. like that. I think that's a better design than the previous desk mat. But I also don't have too many 40s, so I don't really know where I would put this desk mat. So those are my picks. But last, BG3 is such an incredible game. Still just scratching the surface on it. Yeah, my desktop is back in the United States, so not sure I can play that on a Mac, even if I put it on a VM, so not sure. So you think I'm passing on these, but love the cat mat, says FitLab. The only keyboard that I found that was expiring this week was actually one that we talked about already, but it seems to have been extended. It is the Treasure Type 30. And hold on, once again, I think I forgot to put this in chat. There we go. That's the IFK Faeries. And the Treasure Type 30. So yeah, just as I was complaining about a desk mat that is only fit for 40s, we now have a 40% keyboard that you can pick up. Well, I guess it's not really a 40%. Would you guys classify this as a 40%? I feel like it's a little less than a 40. But for $199, you guys have your choice of purple, black, white, or midnight green. And also, for a little bit more, $319, you get the brass special edition, the black mirror. Expected delivery date is Q2 of 2024, so do expect to wait for this a long time, actually. Oh, the brass. Was that the brass one? I think that's the brass one. That looks like the brass one. See, I don't think I could use this, but would be interested if cheaper. Well, if you're looking for something like this, I'd say the closest one would be the Plonk from OLKB. Though I know there's several other variants of the Plonk from other third parties as well. Zuzio says it's full Alurite for $109. Yes, it is. Yes, it's definitely expensive for what it is, because you can get a Plonk for cheaper. And the Plonk has several other aftermarket cases which you can put on it. Kind of a perfect large macro pad. I think the Plonk PCBs are available, and there are open source PCBs that mimic the Plonk, like the Shark PCB, I believe, does it. You love ortho but prefer split. Yeah, I have never liked ortho and I've never liked split, so I would not be interested in this board. Though I do like how it looks. It's cute. But cuteness can only get me so far. Here, available in hot swap or solder. Doesn't seem to change the price at all. Aluminum version is $209, not $199 like I said earlier. And the full brass is $339. Features: crafted from aluminum 6061, USB-C interface, PCB compatible with your favorite open source firmwares. Cool. Tray mount. Oh, interesting. Tray mount with dedicated plate. Yeah, I feel like in a world where gasket mount is now the norm, even having a board like this that is tray mount is kind of difficult to accept. Like, if they had done like the gummy O-ring, like what the Bakaneko does, I think this would be a better board to use. But with just tray mount, that's kind of disappointing, to be honest with you. See, does anyone know if there are ortholinears like this that come in gasket mount already? Yeah, I don't follow too much on the ortholinear news, so I'm not sure if there is such a thing already in existence. FitLab says, yeah, I can't type on a keyboard in this configuration, so it can only be a macro pad for me. That'd be a really big macro pad. He doesn't specify what microcontroller he's using, but if he's using an ARM chip, or even the new Raspberry Pi chip, I could probably create enough macros for my show that like print out all of the URLs on something this big. Yeah, Treasure's been around for a while. I feel like I've heard of them starting in 2017. But I've never spoken. Well, when Treasure first came out, he was actually writing his own firmware for his little 3x3, 4x4s. And this was like at the time that GMK was just starting to pick up. So I saw that I saw his board available, so I converted it to QMK, and it worked out just fine. But I don't think I've ever spoken to the owner of Treasure directly on like a Discord or anything like that. Like I said earlier, tray mount at 200 is kind of it's not a good buy at this point. If it was at least a Bakaneko style of mounting, then for 200 I'd be like, yeah, sure. That would be good. Alright, like I said, as far as I know, that is the only keyboard that is expiring this week. Yeah, there's quite a few expiring next week, so we'll talk about it on Sunday. But I guess for now, let's see. I don't really have much of my... Let's see, can I even do an audience group by section right now without having to switch through multiple screens? No, I cannot. Okay, never mind that. So no audience group by section this time. Orange Kirby says a lot expires in early October. Yeah. Next week, we're going to be talking about a bunch of keyboards and key sets. So hopefully by then I'll have ironed out some of the kinks here. Yeah, what are you guys looking forward to in October? Either stuff that's coming out in keyboards or in keycaps? I'm curious. Nyong 75 R2 just went. Oh, it did? Alright. Let's go look at that really quick. Yeah, I really like their Dolch 65. That was probably like one of the most classic boards that they got. Face version, butt version. what a way to market the product. You want the butt version or do you want the face version? But here we go. From 530. Honestly, guys, the Nyong 75, even though it's not the best board I've ever typed on, just because it looks like a cat makes it the best board for me. But yeah, check it out, guys. Those ears do indeed light up. In terms of stuff that's changed, I don't really know. Kinda looks exactly the same, except they do have a different... When I built my unit, I asked if for the butt version, if you could make the... if you could make the butthole light up. Kinda like Nyan Cat, where like the rainbow's coming out. You know? The pink is different this time. Ooh. More rose gold than pink. I picked the silver to match my cat sushi. But yeah, I've definitely seen a pink one in Seattle. Let's see. Let's take a look at the IC. There's a yellow one now? No, I think I'll stick with my silver. I like my silver. Look, there's a max cap of 400. I feel like I need to get this one for my son. Dude, you totally should. It's pretty heavy though. It's heavier than it looks. Did you get into Bingsu R1 or R2? No, I did not like Bingsu actually. I got murdered in Mech Market for an R1 $700. Oh boy. Can I be your son? AKA daughter. Yeah, I really like my Nyong 75. The problem with my Nyong 75 is that it's such an odd shape. So when okay, so I got a prototype unit, right? So it came in this cardboard box, just wrapped up in bubble wrap. So whenever I transport it to bring it to meetups, it's kind of unwieldy, you know? So I don't have like a nice case for it. I've tried larger cases, but because of the ears, it's hard to find a case that fits it nicely. Bitlab says I may be accepting applications. No. For disclaimer, my favorite 75s right now, actually my number one favorite, simply because of the color, is my Zoom 75. And I also like my Odin 75 and my Jelly Epic. Yeah, so those are my three favorite 75s at the moment, all for different reasons. I was thinking of getting their Dolch 65, still worth it in 2023. Well, Wilfred, I think you were on my stream when I did the build. I think it didn't sound as good as I wanted it to be because of my choice of switch. I really wanted the Dolch 65 for the aesthetic. You know, and it did feel good. It did feel good. Let me just take a gander at YouTube and see if what I built it with. Dolch 65 Mech Merlin. I liked it for its aestheticness, if you know what I mean. Someone said it's the Mohawk of Keebs. Okay, so the reason why I wanted the Dolch 65 is because my first custom board, or the first board that I really tried to mod, was a original Dolch Pack 60. I swapped out the original Dolch PCB for an aftermarket one. Then I swapped out the USB cable and I did all those things. So it was my first modified board ever. So seeing the Dolch 65 kind of made me like want something that wasn't as jankily built. So you saw the Jelly R2 run earlier this month. Yeah, for sure. The Jelly probably is the board that changed. I'd say it's one of the historical boards in our hobby because it's what sparked the PE foam craze and all that. I could probably put PE foam on my Nyong 75. That would probably make it sound better. Just because my Nyong 75 didn't sound as good as I wanted it to be. Right. Well, anyway, like I said, I'll be doing more of these streams, especially since I've got more time here. Just for reference, I am trying to keep it at the same time that I've always run it, which is 7:30 p.m. PDT. 7:30 p.m. PDT here in the Philippines is like 10:30 in the morning, so that's good because I'm just freshly woken up. I've eaten breakfast and all that, so I've got the energy to run this show. So yeah, I'm expecting to do this every Sunday/Monday, and there will actually no, I won't be able to do this the last week because I'll be at the meetup. So the meetup is going to be held on a Sunday, so I won't be able to do this show. No builds either because I did not bring a soldering iron, and I don't think any of my vendors want to ship all the way here to the Philippines. I finished all of my build commitments while I was back home. So I guess unless a Philippine keyboard vendor wants me to build something while I'm here, there will be no build streams. It'll just be new streams on Sundays. But yeah, thanks guys for joining in, and I will see you next week. Or if you're here in the Philippines, maybe we can meet up. Let me know. Alright guys, thanks for joining in, and I will see you when I see you. Goodbye everyone.